It is now 8 a.m. I'm still sipping on my coffee and I'm not at all sleepy. So I'm gonna try to knock out this cardigan for my daughter. And hopefully I'll have it done by the time she gets off of work at 11. Then I have an appointment after that. So let's get to it. I just realized I sewed a wrong side to a right side, and it should be right sides together, of course. So let me unpick this now. So I thought I pattern matched the other pocket and I did okay. But on this second one, I realized it's a double braid and then a space. And this one lined up perfectly. So I've got the pockets on. All I need to do is add my buttons. So my daughter wants 3 buttons on this sweater. And we both agreed that they should kind of be big buttons. So first I'm going to match up the bottom to the other way. So I have this button guide tool and I have never really used it. I looked at some videos to see how to use it correctly, and I think I have the gist of it down. So we're gonna see what happens. So I know she wants her first button about here, and she wants 3. And we decided to go with these big black buttons here. I was going to do my buttonholes vertically, but then I was looking at my coat and some other winter garments, and I feel like they should probably go horizontally. I have some buttons that are slightly smaller. So I had to go ahead and pull out the Singer Heavy Duty. For some reason, the Singer Quantum did not want to make buttonholes. It only made one good buttonhole, and that was the tester buttonhole. And after that, the machine was just not cooperating. I was doing everything right. I could never get the green light for the start and stop button unless I maneuvered the lever manually. Like it wasn't falling in place like it should or staying in place. So anyway, I pulled this one out and it has done the job. So with that said, it is now nighttime. I was doing that earlier today. I had to really step away because I got so frustrated. But this is the size of the buttonhole. It's raggedy because I've been messing with it and manipulating it and playing with it. This is the size of the buttonhole that this button makes, the one I switched to. And I put that up against the sweater, and I really don't like how close it is, like to the edges of the sweater. I'll show you. So like this is my buttonhole mark here, and I put this buttonhole up against the, yeah, like this. I put this up against the seam and the edge, and it is like really close to both the seam and the edge. And I really don't want to gamble with that and make it that close, you know. So I've changed buttons again. I went down one size smaller. This button fits inside that one. So hopefully this one will do the trick. I think I like that a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, so just for the record, I don't like the buttonhole feature on either one of these Singer machines. This heavy duty is not any better. I literally had to turn the machine off after I sewed each buttonhole and turn it back on for it to do right. Like, I could not just continuously just make buttonholes. So I finally got all 3 buttonholes sewn. The second one, this is what it started to do, and so it didn't even like finish it completely. But I'm gonna add some fray check and I'm gonna move on. I really don't even want to even sew my buttons on with the machine, but I mean, that's pretty much just zigzag sewing, so I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. But I am going to switch back to the quantum stylist to put on the buttons, but I'm just really disappointed at these machines for these buttonholes. Yeah. At this point, it's just more efficient for me to go ahead and hand sew my buttons on.